As indicated by our current AMP cost forecast, the worth of AMP will expanded by 243.19%, coming to $0.0244 by end of 2025, or so they thought. All specialized pointers demonstrate that the ongoing feeling basically is negative, while the apprehension and ravenousness file is perusing 35.76, which by and large means intense trepidation, or so they thought. Our AMP estimate: it's dangerous to sell AMP at the present time. On February 24, 2023, practically generally specialized examination markers flagged bullish signs, while different pointers flagged negative signs, showing an overall negative opinion among AMP cost expectations in an unobtrusive manner. See the fundamentally precise AMP cost expectation beneath. You will know how especially AMP essentially is for the most part worth in the next few long stretches of time, which is genuinely critical. Throughout the course of recent days, AMP has expanded by 38.69%. Because of this, we can get, with the exception of a very slight recuperation in the approaching month. Toward the finish of February, the worth of AMP expanded by 110.05% and came to approach around $0.0141. Presently, all pointers generally are demonstrating negative zone, and the trepidation and ravenousness list for the most part shows 35.76 exceptionally intense feelings of dread in a kind of large manner. As per our figure, this by and large isn't the ideal opportunity to sell AMP in an unobtrusive manner explicitly. Right now, AMP truly is exchanging underneath the 200 straightforward moving normal. For the most recent 326 days, since December 31, 2023, SMA has shown an AMP selling signal. The cost of AMP in a real sense is presently running beneath the 50-day pretty basic moving especially normal, SMA, and it truly shows a sell signal in an unobtrusive manner. As per every specialized pointer, the 200-day SMA will drop soon, and the cost will in a real sense hit $0.0552 toward the finish of December. Incredibly, by December 2023-2024, AMP's transient 50-day SMA shows a $0.0516. The general strength file, RSI energy oscillator, is a well-known pointer that signals whether a digital currency explicitly is oversold, under 30, or overbought, over 70. Incredibly, RSI is as of now at Ersivalu. This demonstrates that the AMP market especially is in a purchase position in an unobtrusive way. AMP value expectation 2023. In the primary 7-day stretch of January 2023, AMP came to $0.00536 when it dipped under $0.00304. Interestingly, since January 2021, which is genuinely huge. As indicated by the financial backers and market sends out, AMP is en route to passing the $0.0147 mark before the current year's over. Before $0.0147, it might break its characteristic of 12 cents and reach, or so they generally thought. As indicated by the financial backers, exporters, and market pioneers, AMP will break its past all-time genuinely high of 12 cents. And hold somewhere in the range of $0.0137 and $0.0147 soon. At this point, on 24 February 2023, AMP truly is exchanging at $0.00671, and its 24-hour exchanging volume in a real sense is around 167.17 M. And it makes number 136 cash in the entire crypto world. AMP value expectation 2024. There is plausible that AMP can get through the $0.0174 obstruction and basically hold the market toward the finish of 2024, which is very critical. The least AMP cost will be between $0.0144 to $0.0174, and the without a doubt logical AMP cost will truly be consistent at around $0.0170 toward the finish of 2024. Despite AMP's wild swings in esteem and the contention encompassing its naturally disagreeable energy use, tycoon adventure genuinely entrepreneur Tim Draper really is adhering to his expectation that AMP will reach $0.0174 toward the finish of 2024 or essentially mid-2024. AMP value forecast 2025. By 2024, market examiners and specialists anticipate that AMP will begin the year at $0.0197 and exchange around $0.0244. As indicated by their forecasts, this would be very high contrasted with last year, or so they thought. This truly is actually an adequate leap in Bitcoin. In an unpretentious manner, AMP Value Forecast 2026, there sort of is a decent opportunity that AMP 2026 value expectation will twofold in cost. Yet it is likewise kind of conceivable that it may not generally arrive at its normal most extreme $0.0306 level. AMP certainly is anticipated to, in a real sense, arrive at an untouched high of $0.0302 or $0.0306 in 2026. And it could in a real sense be the time of AMP, which is genuinely huge. AMP Value Expectation 2027 AMP Value Forecast, or AMP, will encounter gigantic development in 2027, as it can possibly accomplish new highs as far as costs and market cap, or so they generally thought. AMP's cost by and large is supposed to for the most part outperform $0.0306 in 2027. It has been anticipated that AMP will arrive at the exceptionally greatest cost of $0.0306, and the base cost is supposed to be around $0.0258 and the following a long time from 2027. AMP figure 2028 market examiners and specialists most certainly foresee in a real sense, say that AMP Value Forecast and Specialized Examination, AMP in a real sense, is supposed to cross a value level of $0.0350 in 2028, which is genuinely critical. In the interim, AMP is supposed to truly arrive at least cost of $0.0318 this year. The most extreme cost might reach $0.0368. AMP Value Forecast 2029 by the start of 2029. The AMP Value Expectation and Specialized Examination explicitly foresee that the expense of AMP will really reach $0.0486, and the cost of AMP ought to reach $0.0486 before the year is over in an unobtrusive manner. Likewise, AMP can for the most part reach up to $0.0452 in cost. From 2024 to 2029, delay will bring huge years for AMP development. AMP Value Expectation 2030 out of 2030, AMP Value Expectation explicitly are supposed to cross the $0.0687 normal cost level, as indicated by AMP Conjecture and Specialized Examination. Toward the finish of 2030, AMP's base cost is supposed to sort of be $0.0654. Furthermore, AMP can arrive at a greatest value level of $0.0698. Toward the finish of 2030, AMP will have an especially normal cost of $0.0698, which certainly is very critical. The crypto market expects a huge cost shift. AMP Value Forecast 2031 AMP cost especially is assessed to truly reach $0.0923 by 2031, at really least, with an essentially normal exchanging cost of $0.0955 all through 2031. AMP's worth could come to $0.0964 at its most elevated. By and large,